It is a face reveal. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chet Maddox without the glasses. We should be charging you a hell of a lot more this evening for the first stream without Chet's glasses. But just like Bret the Hitman Hart, he gave away his glasses to a kid, a big fan. Chet,
did.
Way to give back to the fans this evening.
Thank you. Yes, I saw a kid in need, and gave him my headband, gave him my glasses. Then after this podcast, I'm gonna go find him, take it all back.
Well, I want you all to visualize sitting in front of your television, 80s, early 90s. It could be Pee-wee's Playhouse. It could be G.I. Joe. It could be WWF Superstars. You got a big bowl of cereal in front of you. Is it Cookie Crisp? Is it Golden Grams? Is it Frosted Flakes? Oh boy, this evening it is a death match. Our October series, and it is an elimination bracket challenge. The cereal icons, the mascots, go head to head. Who is the best cereal icon ever to do it? We will decide here tonight. Grab your spoons, grab your bowls. And we got other things to talk about, including how is this port strike going to impact toys and other memorabilia? Are we going to see delays? And Joker Part 2...
Not so much.
It is not looking good. We got tons of other things to talk about. This is Pixels, Plastic, and Ink. Well, it's the same time every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the Shadow Nose Network. And we appreciate you all being here live with us. And if you're watching this at a later time, well, we appreciate as well. Before we go any further, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, helps the channel grow. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and we're just a few days away. We'll have a celebration show. Gentlemen, how you doing on this fine Friday evening?
Good.
Yep. Doing pretty good.
Doing pretty well. Right before the show, realized that I'm pretty close to a Toy Fest happening this weekend, so I might end up over there tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel like you'll need to rent a big rig for all the toys that Chet's going to come home with. And that's just the way it is. Chet just cleans out toy shows.
It's getting to that point.
Moving and somehow coming home with more stuff than you left with.
Big ass Optimus Prime rolling through the West Coast with a bunch of toys in it. I'm loving it. You all said you are doing good, which means you all have not seen Joker Part 2 because all the buzz hasn't been great around this movie. We're going to talk about that, but without further ado, we need to talk about our main topic of the evening, and that is who is the best. Now, we got to clarify here. Is it a battle? Are we comparing cereal icon mascot, like if they were to fight, or are we comparing like the best cereal? Are we talking about like the most iconic? Let's define this for the audience listening. What are we talking about here, gentlemen?
Okay. Well, we've got some rules. Let me try to pull that up, one for the other.
There's no rules.
There are no rules in here.
There are always rules, brother. Let's see. Okay. Key one, it had to be something that had an animated commercial with it. So it had to be an animated mascot of some sort or some form of commercial that's associated that would
Movie,
have played on
TV, yeah.
Saturday
Okay.
morning, whatever.
Yep.
Good thing is that the cereal actually had to be on an actual shelf someplace. So it can't be like an imaginary box of cereal. So if we're saying it's, something like honeycombs. So honeycombs was actually on the shelf and everything. So we know that actually truly was there.
Terrible mascots though for honeycombs.
Yeah. Not so much a criteria, but it does help out if it actually had pure sugar in it.
I think they all did.
Yeah, I think
90% sugar, 10% whatever else, bioengineered ingredients, and maybe vegetable oil.
Some yellow number 5.
Yep. Definitely needed that. And then from there, it's just if there was some kind of extra points tonight, if they had its own catchphrase, like obviously anyone that's ever ate Frosted Flakes knows Tony actually had a catchphrase. We're going to save that. Not going to ruin that right now. So you get extra points for that. And there's extra points tonight for if any member of the crew actually ate that cereal.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Or still has the box. There's a lot of collector's items out there. Okay. Well, should we jump into it?
I think to answer your question though, because you did ask if they were fighting or not. I would like to say that I would like to make that the deciding factor.
A fifth
So like
criteria.
if we're all tied, the winning factor is which one would win in a fight.
Okay.
Tony the Tiger or a bee?
All right.
How big is the bee?
Well, let us jump into the cereal battles.
Don't be scared.
No! What's smurfing on?
We'll call them C-3POs.
Delicious!
Right! Fred, I got this desire for something fruity.
Crunch Island treasure!
Wow!
Follow my nose. It always knows.
Can't get enough super golden crisp. It's got the crunch with punch.
That's a diggin' smack.
Lots of lucky charms.
Thermatically delicious.
Secondary. How popular.
And blueberry.
Silly rabbit Trixie Kid.
Tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey.
Hulk Hogan doesn't eat nuts and honey.
Did you take this?
It's cool.
Bye, Mom.
Showdown, dudes. It's Ninja Nets and Marshmallow. Oh, Ghostbusters.
Big snap. Talking just to you. Sounds good.
The most excellent way to start your day or night.
All right. Well, let's kick it off. 32 cereals, mascots.
I love in the commercial, it's Mr. T. Is it any good? It's cool. Is it nutritious? It's cool.
like Mr. T.
Well, this one is we're starting off with Mr. T cereal. I love that it's not Mr. T O's or Mr. It's just straight up Mr. T. You're getting a bite of Mr. T.
And there's no O's to be found. There's just T's.
Just T's. And super sugar crisp or golden crisp or whatever the hell. It's the sugar bear. I do like the toy. Look at that. One plastic glow in the dark monster and Mr. T stickers inside. You don't get these anymore, man.
No. And that's cool. That's a nice big plastic toy. It glows in the dark.
Yeah.
Now, sure, maybe was it radioactive next to your flakes? I don't know, but I'm sure it's fine.
At least you got it.
I gotta say, for this one, see, this is tough because Mr. T's kicking Sugar Bear's ass up and down the street.
Yeah.
But was
Super Sugar Crisp was the much better cereal, though.
That's what I'm saying, right? And then also, I think he still exists in some capacity. I don't know what the new one looks like, but Mr. T is long gone. He's not on the shelves. So are we longevity, taste of cereal, or just I'll kick your ass? I think I'm voting Sugar Bear on this one.
I have to save Sugar Bear.
You know what?
And he was real smooth too. Can't get enough of that Super Golden, Chris.
Yeah, well, I can't go against Mr. T, especially meeting him several times. So, Mr. T cereal, he has so many great catchphrases to himself. He was animated in real life. That gives me 2 extra points for him.
And also in the commercial, I didn't include it, but because there wasn't enough time. But there's a part where it's like, and a hint of brown sugar. And I was like,
nice.
I guess I'm the deciding factor here.
You are,
That's
Chad.
If I put myself into my my child mode,
Yeah.
Super Sugar Crisp is going to win because of the fact that it had one plastic glow-in-the-dark monster in it.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Mr. T is taken down purely by just not only taste, but the toys that were given. Stickers are cool, but a physical toy rules them all.
And in a fight, that bear is going to lose. So I'm glad it didn't come to that.
100%. And now we're in the same dilemma, and that is Hulk Hogan beating the shit out of Snap, Crackle, and Pop. And this is a steroid juiced up Hogan.
This is the 80's Hogan. Look out.
The 80's Hogan. You get a flip book from WrestleMania, and you could also win a trip to WrestleMania. But then a Snap, Crackle, Pop, you got the sound, you got the taste, and you got free springers. I don't know what the hell that is, but you do get a free springer with this box. This is fortified with vitamins and iron, and Hulk Hogan makes you take your vitamins and say your prayers. So, gentlemen, who's taking this one?
You know what? This one, a few things, especially in dilemma of Mr. Hogan's latest expertise. I would say Snap, Crackle, and Pop is finally getting the Snap, Crackle, and Pop on Hogan, real life and in cereal form. So it's got to be Rice Krispies.
I used to eat Rice Krispies. I love them.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually had them myself.
Rice Krispies with bananas were good, man. That was a classic for me. Yep. So I never had Superstars cereal, So as much as I'd love to win a WrestleMania ticket, yeah, not for me. Chet, I mean, we're already moving Rice Krispies, but we'd love to get your thoughts here.
Yeah, I mean, it was just said in the chat, but I mean, how can you pass on a cereal that was good with bananas, but then turned into like one of the best treats ever?
Exactly,
right.
Exactly.
You know
and they still have that treat. They still got that treat with marshmallows out there.
It's like a symbiote of cereal. It can just.
I remember as a kid, like my mom buying like 2 giant boxes of these, and then we made the Rice Krispie treats. So, unfortunately, and Hogan ate Rice Krispie treats.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think he ate the Superstars himself. No, him.
Sorry, brother. You are done. Next up, it is Frankenberry.
This isn't fair.
Versus Lucky Charms.
Oh,
boy.
This isn't fair.
This is tough. Yeah, I agree with you. Because I'll be honest with you, Frankenberry is like one of the coolest looking mascots they ever made. Yeah. But Lucky Charms is so iconic. And the damn marshmallows are so good.
I love Frankenberry. I legitimately do like Frankenberry because my sister would get Frankenberry and I would get Count Chocula, and every now and then, I just had try some and be like, oh man, this is really good, and then start on the Frankenberry for a while. But Lucky Charms, I just don't like the cereal part of it. The marshmallows are great. The cereal blows. So that's why I have to go Frankenberry.
Yeah, I'm on Dr. Brindley's side. I love Frankenberry.
And also Crooked Smiles would compete with you. But you know what? Since Meek said it was magically delicious, and absolutely that damn catchphrase is much better than Frankenberry's.
That's what I'm
I've got to
saying.
go Lucky and Lucky Charms. Of course, I think that's a new Lucky because that doesn't look like the old Lucky because he seems
Either way,
updated to like Nickelodeon Lucky. So
it's magically delicious all the way. Frankenberry's cool, but that theme beats all, tops all. You all know magically delicious. So we're gonna have to turn to chat. We have one for Lucky Charms, we have one for berries. So now the final verdict is who would beat.
Oh, well, look, now this is magic against a monster because Frankenberry will crush this little leprechaun, but he's got the magic of the rainbow, so I don't know what the hell he can do.
That's true.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I guess if we wanted to add like another feature to this is like which one's still around.
They're both still around.
Really?
I saw Frankenberry in the store yesterday.
Oh,
it was right next to a ton of Count Chocula.
Dr. Brentley's out there doing research.
I almost bought it too. It was 2 boxes for $7.
Yeah, and technically we should have gave a point for anybody that actually bought an actual box and ate it.
In an actual fight, I get he gets magic, but Frankenberry within 2 seconds is stomping on that little leprechaun and it's over. So as much as I like Lucky Charms, I think we have a clear winner here. Frankenberry is moving on. Next up, Yummy Mommy versus TMNT. You could win a complete set of Ninja Turtles toys and a free Ninja Turtles mask inside. And in this one, you get nothing. This is pretty much clear to me. TMNT.
And if you still had those giveaways still in the package that it came in, you would be a rich person.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure.
I hate the different fruit flavored cereals, so it's TMNT all the way.
I don't even remember that Yummy Mummy, so I have no damn clue. I don't even remember even the commercial, so that's one of those obscure ones. But yeah, no, I've actually seen people eating the TMNT cereal, and I know it was quite popular. So I'm gonna go with the people that really held the 80s and 90s down, and damn, they're still doing it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal.
It had ninja marshmallows. You can't go wrong with that.
It was like Chex Mix with marshmallows. Like, come on. I mean, Chet, I can't imagine you're gonna not say TMNT here.
Maybe he likes the Mummy.
I remember the Yummy Mummies, but I mean, I'm gonna go TMNT all the way.
TMNT next up.
It pisses me off that it was just Chex with like marshmallows.
And
if you want the most basic of cereal, G.I. Joe's was the most basic of cereal.
Yeah,
but the box was damn cool.
Action Stars. It's just cereal.
That is the one cereal that I have absolutely no idea. My mom would not buy that cereal, so I have no damn clue. And I so desperately wanted that for the mail-in for Starduster. So you know, as usual, thanks mom for ruining the childhood. So I can't on style wise. I've seen the G.I. Joe cereal. Fruit Brute, I remember maybe there was a commercial or something, but I don't remember that on the aisle long enough to really put in my memory. So I remember the Action Stars with G.I. Joe and the cereal box and Starduster. So I'm gonna go with Action Stars.
I mean, you get a free camo T-shirt versus a glow in the dark light switch sticker. I mean, the giveaway alone and the box art. I'm going with G.I. Joe. I've never had any of these cereals here, but I'm going to go with G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I hate the fruit stuff. The fruit and cereal don't seem to go together, especially when it's like fake chemical fruit. So I'm going G.I. Joe sight unseen.
Same. gi.joe.
G.I. Joe advances. Next up, Cookie Crisp versus Pac-Man.
I had Cookie Crisp. I loved it. Even back when the Wizard was their mascot.
Yeah.
Now, a wizard would beat everybody on here, probably. Pac-Man, hope it doesn't come to that. Pac-Man would eat the thief.
And you could get you can meet a real Ghostbuster and a collectible new Ghostbuster movie mystery something, a ring or something. And Pac-Man, you don't get shit.
You kind of boring. It's like it's like rejected Lucky Charms.
This is
Meeks,
Cookie Crisp all the way.
100% Cookie Crisp. So Meeks is votes in for that. I'm gonna go with Cookie Crisp. I actually did have the Pac-Man cereal too. That was, I'm trying to think, it was like Lucky Charms and some other shit rolled into one. It was damn near once you got the milk into it, it was almost as if they mixed every flavor of the rainbow, and it went like crap once
it's Lucky. It was like Lucky Charms mixed with peanut butter chips.
But the Cookie Crisp, that's the one that actually did turn to like a chocolate milk and everything. That was the one cereal that I do know that was actually, the advertisement was right up on it. It absolutely did taste like that. Oh, let the cereal go in there a little longer. It tastes better. It did. Cookie Crisp.
That's right.
But I will be, those cookies did not stay crisp. I will say that. They got soggy real pretty quick.
Cookie mush.
At 30 seconds.
But it was still good.
You know, it didn't say 2 hours Cookie Crisp on the box. It said Cookie Crisp. Out the box, into the water, or into the milk, and then it was done.
Yeah.
Cookie Crisp advances. Wow. Some say this might be the GOAT of cereal icons, Tony the Tiger. And I had no idea they made a Gremlin cereal. But you do get a free Gremlin sticker inside. And Tony the Tiger's like, you don't get shit because I'm the greatest of all time.
Hey, it says right there, free book.
Yeah, you get a free book.
Scholastic, but nobody wants a book, man. There's no kids want a free book. See, Frosted Flakes, man. Tony the Tiger. Going to be hard to beat.
Of all the cereals, this is the one I had the most as a kid. Frosted Flakes. Absolutely loved them. Plain out of the box or with milk. Always good. They're not just good. They're great.
Nope. You don't do that on this podcast.
Two things. One quick story. Dr. Brentley knows this. I was working for a boat chemical transportation company, and before we started really kind of making money as screenwriters, and I hated that job, and I hated it furiously, and I hated the people that I worked with. Right down corporate, you get like 500 emails a day. So in a point that I knew that once you start working a job, you just stop giving a shit. At one point, they start seeping into the everyday thing. So at the bottom, we had avatars on our on the bottom of our emails, and I had made an avatar of Tony the Tiger, and he was saying the company. I won't mention the company's name because but it said this company is great, but it was sarcastic. Everyone across the country, and there was like hundreds of dispatch managers and everything. They all caught the joke and laughed. It caught so much it went back to corporate in Florida, and somebody from the head of corporate HR flew to Southern California to have a conversation about that comment because like Tony the Tiger, I was like, well, should I have said this company sucks? And they were like, well, no, I said it's great, right? So I said, I can't have pride in my job. And they said, no. And my boss laughed and everything else like that because he hated corporate too. And he goes, we all know what you really meant by that, but that was still funny as hell that they flew out there due to Tony the Tiger. So Frosted Flakes for the win, brother. Almost got me fired.
Tony the Tiger.
Sorry, Gizmo.
Gizmo is down for the count. Next
well, remember, you can't even get those gremlins wet, right? So how's he eating milk?
Well, yes. They turn into gremlins. There you go. Like it goes from
technically not water.
That's true.
Yeah,
well, depends on what kind of milk you have. Cocoa Krispies versus Batman cereal, free comic books versus a Inside Fossil Factory.
I will start this one off. This is Batman for me all the way. Only because I was obsessed with the movie, and this was on the shelves for a very long time, and it was plain Captain Crunch, and it was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother used to buy me in box. Yeah, they were shaped like bats, but it was just I just remember. Yeah. I remember this cereal just as much as I remember Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. This cereal had so much staying power that after Joe Schumacher had fucked up the franchise, that cereal was still on the shelf, and people were still buying it. But yeah, the Cocoa Krispies was just like I think like Rice Krispies. It just had a dumber mascot. So
Coco the monkey. You don't think that's a great mascot?
No, he was just
great catchphrase. What does it say there? No artificial.
Cocoa Krispies is when you just stopped trying and you were too scared in the 80s to put Snap, Crackle, and Pop's illegitimate brothers on it. That's what it was.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Look at the Batman cereal. I think Captain Crunch may have served a cease and desist letter for that cereal. Let's be honest.
I'm pretty sure it was made by the same company, wasn't it?
Well, Ralston? I don't know. Maybe it was like
no.
No, because one's Kellogg's. Yeah, I think so.
That's Captain Crunch with bat thing. So, but okay, Batman wins.
I mean, I like Cocoa Krispies out of those two, but you guys win on that one.
All right,
Batman beats the monkey.
Oh, easily.
We're on to
the second round.
We're on Diabetes Bear and Snack Crackle Pop. This is Diabetes Bear for me.
I think it is gonna have to be diabetes.
I don't know, man.
It's Walter Brimley Bear.
These little guys can tackle.
There are three of them, but that he's just so damn cool, man, and he's the only bear I ever knew that wore a sweater in summertime. So it's gotta be Super Sugar Crisp. Like that's just look at the title alone. Is that you knew it was full of every damn ounce of sugar that you could ever have.
Sugar.
They just said
it's super sugar.
Yeah,
How
super
much?
sugar. They had to put it in your face, bro. So,
8 essential vitamins in that, though.
Yeah,
just because it's super sugar.
Like he's even wearing a sign on his damn sweater, bro. Like, look at him.
Look. I've seen The Hobbit. These little guys can take down a giant bear. I'm going with Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Jesus.
And it says 295 grams, and it doesn't say what it is. We know that's sugar.
Oh, we know
but they're like, we're not going to list what that is. We're just putting 295G and let you all decide if that's
This came out when cocaine was big. So they were just like,
it was.
Okay, so we got
Diabetes Bear and
Cocaine
Crisp.
And we got 3 for bears. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
And Bears the winner, man. Bears the winner.
Frankenberry and TMNT.
Frankenberry.
Yeah, I'm Frankenberry on this one.
Yeah, me too.
I'll go with majority wins on this one. Sorry, boys, you guys go back to the sewer.
Next up, G.I.Joe Cookie Crisp. This is easy for me. Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, it's Cookie Crisp.
Yep.
And now Frosted Flakes and Batman.
Ooh.
I love Batman. You're the GOAT
Flakes.
of comics, but you're not the GOAT of cereal. It is Tony the Tiger for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we're down to the final 4. Super sugar crisp.
This one's hard.
And Frankie Berry.
I think the bear.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, man, he's just so damn cool.
Can't get rid of that super crisp.
In the 80s, you could have put him on a quarter. You could have slain Rock. That bear was doing it all, man.
Okay. No matter what the situation, it was just, hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
I think this one's Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But I do love that crisp, Cookie Crisp mascot. What is he, like a thief or something, right?
Yeah. It's like
hamburger. That's the 80s.
Cookie Crook.
Yeah, there you go.
I think this is Tony for me.
I prefer Frosted Flakes.
Yep.
I mean, he almost got Alex fired. That's all I needed to hear.
That's it.
Okay.
Tony the Tiger advances. He has won left side of bracket. Before we continue on, please subscribe, like, drop a comment in the channel.
Meeks just has to take it too far. Right there. I know what home you grew up in, and yes, I had people.
I think Meeks.
Whip Gold 45. I know. I've seen it done. I've even seen them use it as the actual mixer to the cereal.
I think Meeks and I had that together once.
We got the Cuckoo Bird Cocoa Puffs and Bill and Ted's Excellent Cereal.
I don't even know.
It's Cocoa Puffs
Bill
for me.
Ted's.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cocoa Puffs.
Never built this.
Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs is gonna be hard to beat, dude.
Honey Nut Cheerios versus Smurf Berry Crunch.
Damn, now this one's hard. Shit. I like both of these, to be quite honest with you. I loved Honey Nut over just a standard dry Cheerio. So, but that Smurf Berry Crunch, I'm like, there's a part of me that still wishes they were making that stuff. Jeez. Iconic wise, damn it. I'm just gonna go with my heart here, Smurf Berry Crunch, man.
Every now and then Captain Crunch does put out oops all crunch berries, so you can hope for that.
Sure.
I gotta go with the Smurf berries because I'm not a big Cheerios fan.
I'm going Honey Nut Cheerios. It's a classic staple. The B, iconic. And I'd probably still have a bowl if I had, like, that would be a go-to. So I'm going Honey Nut.
Yeah, I'm with Rad on this. I'm Honey Nut. I remember not liking Smurf Berry Crunch.
All right. Well, chat, you are the deciding vote.
In a fight, though, is it all the Smurfs versus this one bee?
Oh, damn right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The bee
because that bee is a goner.
No, the bee's stinging all of them flying away, and they're all...
No. The bee stings one, and then his innards fall out, and he dies.
No, he's got special stinging capabilities.
I think it's just the bee versus Papa Smurf.
Oh, then that's not a fight, technically. Papa Smurf knows magic. That bee that can't do crap, man. Yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one. All right, well, hold on. Let's see. Like I said, see. Meeks is not helping tonight with the where's
Raisin Bran Crunch. It might be coming. There is a surprise. There's a surprise for the group. I've put it in there. I'm gonna. What do we say? We got to go Smurf Berry Crunch, I guess, because for Smurfs. Okay,
Meeks went Smurfs. There it is.
We're going Smurfs. Okay, C3POs versus Count Chocula.
This just lost, right? Isn't this just Honey Nut Cheerios?
Yeah, but without the flavor.
Count Chocula for me.
Master Luke removed all the sugar from the cereal.
Yeah, it's Count Chocula.
I'm fluent in over 3 million forms of communication, but sugar isn't one of them.
Coupon, you get a 25-cent coupon with this one, and you get a 1 puff shoot, man. I'm sorry, CP. Count Chocula for me.
Also, puff shoot.
Yeah, just chuck that shit over the neighbor's house. You never see it again.
It's just
Count Chocula. Next up, one of the legends, Trix Rabbit, and ET cereal that looks like
dude.
dog
I'm
food.
not even waiting on this. It's Trix for me.
Yeah, this one is Silly Rabbit. Don't you know Trix is for the win?
Yeah.
I hate these fruit cereals. All those flavors mixing in with just the one milk. E.T., no matter how terrible that is, it looks like a brown cereal. That's awful. But I would still take E.T. over Trix.
E.T. looks like it's like actual, just like flesh worms.
Is it little fingers? What is it supposed to be?
It's E and T's. E's and T's.
No, they're
so this is what they did with all the leftover Mr. T cereal.
Correct.
I think so.
It's they're actually alien intestines. It was designed so it's ET's parts. This is easy. Trix is moving forward. Next up, Transformers versus another icon, Captain Crunch.
Oh man, you can't put these two up against each other.
If it was peanut butter Captain Crunch, I would say that. The regular Captain Crunch is just kind of plainish.
You get stuck to the roof of your mouth, but it's so damn good.
Yeah, that's it.
I never had Transformers.
It transforms your milk into chocolate milk.
I mean, I had Transformers because like I was obsessed with Transformers, but Captain Crunch is in my top 3 favorite cereals of all time. And I don't care if it's the berries or not. I love Captain Crunch because it was a cereal that you knew you were eating because your mouth was so fucked up by the time you were done eating it.
Grape Nuts a close second.
Dude, I love Grape Nuts.
It's Captain for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Captain Crunch. You know, iconic character. Cereal pretty good. And I think you also mistaken, didn't you? You could make like something like Rice Krispie treats or something. I remember people did something.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Just the outfit alone, man. Come on, Captain Crunch. Next up, oh boy, Raisin Bran. But get this, the California Raisin Edition, and Donkey Kong Crunchy Barrels of Fun.
You're not going to beat Motown Raisins. Come on.
And it came with the raisins. Remember, you could actually get like raisins.
Damn right,
I remember that.
I mean, just as a side note, I'm gonna pick this one because I actually have all the California raisins. You've seen them on my Whatnot streams. I have all of them.
Now the Donkey Kong box is underrated. It's one of the coolest like display.
Oh, that's badass. Yeah.
But California raisins, man. I like Raisin Bran too. I actually like that. Sometimes they cheat you on the raisins. But
well,
you get a
Kellogg's
like
had
this?
2 scoops. I don't know what Post is doing.
I don't know. They got California raisins though.
Yeah, it costs a lot to pay for that product placement, so they had to skimp on the actual amount of raisins.
California raisins moves on. Fruity Pebbles versus Fruity Loops. The battle.
2 terrible choices.
Oh man.
But Pebbles is better than Loops for me.
Toucan Sam, man. Come on. Icon.
Yeah. No, he's an icon. I hate his effing cereal though.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, to this day, I love Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, mix those into Fruity Pebbles on that. You know what? I got to go with Toucan Sam Fruit Loops, man.
He can't even spell. Look at this guy. Come on, Fruit
Almost
Loops.
he is a toucan, damn it. You know what's he supposed to do?
Yeah. But the problem is that like Fruity Pebbles, you could just use those instead of Rice Krispie treats, and then it was delicious.
That's true. And the milk was fantastic afterwards. There's no better milk left over than Fruity Pebbles.
Bad either.
Yeah. You use the leftover. Yeah, but you use the leftover milk from Fruity Pebbles to make like cake or something, and it's delicious.
Oh, geez.
Well, chat has spoken since we're at a tie, and it is Fruity Pebbles. Sugar Smacks versus the real Ghostbusters. Look, you could win a $5 a week allowance for a whole year, folks.
Jesus. I went a long way in the 80s too, man.
I like Sugar Smacks is better cereal. The box is cool.
For sure.
I never had the Ghostbusters.
Oh, Meeks. I loved Sugar Smacks.
I
love Sugar Smacks.
Dig 'em Smacks for me, brother. Dig 'em Smacks.
That's another one I could just eat out of the box, handfuls at a time. I loved them.
Yeah, you know, there's a difference, Meeks. We don't need to go that far down the.
I know. Meeks is
taking it. Meeks is taking it. Somebody out there is like, man, I wish you didn't mention that. And everything.
Man, we're trying to keep this family friendly.
Yeah, we knew that was only sold at ABC markets, brother. You know.
Sugar Smacks advances. We're on to the second round. Cocoa Puffs versus Smurf Berry Crunch.
Cocoa Puffs.
You can't beat the bird on this
Cocoa.
one.
Yeah, Cocoa Puffs is whooping his butt. Mm-hmm.
Cocoa Puffs.
You go cuckoo.
And now we have Count Chocula and Trix.
Count Chocula.
Chocula.
I gotta go Trix.
I'm going Trix too.
Oh.
Chat. Oh, we got Count.
Oh, we lost.
We lost. Christ. Count Chocula. One of the coolest mascots. Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch for me.
Yeah, Captain Crunch.
I gotta go with those singing raisins.
It's Captain Crunch for me.
Sounds like I'm gonna be dropping some raisins off at your house there, Dr. Brinley.
Fruity Pebbles, Sugar Smacks.
This is Pebbles for me.
It's Smacks.
Do you remember what John Cena was on the cover of Fruity Pebbles?
No.
Yeah, The Rock called him Fruity Pebbles, and then he was on the front. He was on the box.
Oh, jeez.
I'm doing Smacks. This is one of my faves. Smacks advances. Cocoa Puffs. Oh, the battle of
Wait, how did Smacks advance?
Because 3 of us said Smacks.
No. Said Pebbles.
No, but Alex, you said.
No, I said Pebbles.
Yep.
I said Smacks.
Dr. Brantley said Smacks, and I said Smacks.
Okay, yeah, we won.
Right.
Battle of the Chocolate Masters.
Chocula.
Ooh. This would be Cocoa Puffs for me.
I like the marshmallows.
I'm going Cocoa Puffs.
Puffs it is.
And Captain Crunch and Sugar Smacks.
Oh, damn it.
Smacks.
I gotta go Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. Look at that outfit looking like Michael Jackson. With the
and he does.
Captain Crunch versus Cocoa Puffs. It's Captain for
Puffs.
Me. Yeah, it's Captain.
Captain.
We are now to the final two.
Two icons. It had to be.
Battle it out. The cat versus the tiger.
Frosted Flakes. I don't like the regular Captain.
Yeah, but you and the Captain can make it happen.
And Frosted Flakes, first of all, you're not going to go to the emergency room if you eat them without any milk.
And it's an essential part of your breakfast cereal, full of nutrients and vitamins. So at least that's what he said.
And a tiger is going to maul the shit out of a Captain.
It's
true.
Tiger. It's Tony.
Tony the Tiger.
Tony the GOAT. Tony the legend. The greatest of all time. Tony the Tiger. They're great.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
The death match. Chet is upset. But
in celebration, go ahead out to your local department stores and go pick yourself up a box. It's readily on the shelf still.
As a bonus.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Carmela Creep. Yeah, this is the new cereal. So
Carmela Creeper.
That's General Mills, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's General Mills. It's artificially flavored. Believe it or not, you would think this is natural. And it's caramel apple cereal. So it's like the leftover Apple Jacks with like it looks like
caramel bits.
Would you say these are marshmallows? Yeah, those are marshmallows. that's Chet Maddox's sister on this. Yeah, it's this is whatever.
Well,
pretty cool.
If I had to guess and place bets, Tony would have been up there, and he takes home the victory. Mr. Storm, passing to you.
Yes,
for
sir.
Some Shadow Nose Network news updates.
Yeah, we're going to roll on a couple of key things. One, this weekend there's several conventions going before we start jumping into the news, there's the LA Comic Con that's happening this weekend in downtown Los Angeles. Our sponsor, Toys versus Games, has a booth over there. And I just saw we were on IG, since we're actually streaming live on IG tonight as well. Saw to pop in the LA Comic Con actually. They're from their Instagram. They were actually streaming tonight as well. So, and then I think there's is it IC? What's the name of the other conventions?
It's the Chicago Toy Show. I don't know what it's actually called, other than the big Ohio toy show. Those are the two things that are happening, right?
Yeah, I know there's from Blitz Transmission. I think it's ICIC or something. That's one of the two. It's a different name.
Yeah, that's in Texas, I think, right?
Yeah. So there's a couple of ones that's going on this weekend. So there's enough pop culture stuff popping out this weekend. But the main issue that everyone wants to know about is this port situation that's happening on the East Coast. Is it going to disrupt my toys and everything? Well, for the first time in a long time, these toy companies have been paying very good attention to what's going on in the world. And sometime last year, they started making the shifts. So there was a big article that went through, and it stated that the toy makers and retailers have been concerned about the potential port strikes since spring of this year. And our checks indicate substantial shifts to the West Coast ports from the East Coast ports. Earlier shipments of goods to navigate what has already been challenging supply chain environment since the fall of last year. So if everyone doesn't know, all the East Coast ports and the ones in Texas are all closed, but Los Angeles, San Diego, and Portland or Oregon, those ports are open. So they saw that coming down. So if everybody's worried about Christmas time and what's going to go on, and if you're going to have to pay, or not find an item, they actually thought about this and they made that move. So it shouldn't be crazy. So whenever they come up with those high numbers, oh, it's this and that, well, we've got the analyst that says that no, you can't be charging $45 for a $25 Marvel Legend figure, because you actually made the shift a little different. So but that's some heads up thinking, when normally Hasbro and Mattel have been known not to do head up thinking. So
now they can't blame anybody but themselves if things ship late.
Yep. And again, ports, we're always with the working guys. Those guys deserve a piece of the pot, whether you believe it or not. Those ports are making somebody that comes from the trucking industry a lot, they're making a crap ton of money. And those guys, even though they make a good, decent salary, this always on the backs of the guys that work it. So very interesting on that one. We're going to roll over Wednesday next week. Scott Snyder unleashes his bulked out Batman, absolute Batman. If you were actually, it's from DC's All In, which came out a couple of weeks ago. And Snyder and a couple other writers and artists are doing again like they do at DC Comics, reimagining the DC universe. So not since the 52, which I think that was almost about a decade ago.
2011.
Yeah. So now they're shifting it again. Like all of their major shifts, don't worry if you don't like the bulked out, poor Bruce Wayne. He probably won't last, because they'll be coming up with some initiative 3 or 4 years. I think it's extremely unimaginative. I do like the artwork. Jim Lee supplying a cover along with several other people. They gave us some pages from the book. Artwork looks great.
It looks good.
It's right in there, but their big thing is Batman with no money. He's a working class individual, and what would happen if he did not have the substantial fortune in order to fight crime? And he's a kind of a buffed out kind of bodybuilder, so a little bit different.
And Alfred apparently is like a biker dude.
Yeah.
That was right there at the beginning. So
yeah. So
the art looks great.
Yeah, like I said again, they do this every decade or so or something. Whenever this still starts slipping, they go to a gimmick of reinventing the entire universe and bringing in the best artists and usually some of the best writers, and we'll see. With the New 52, I thought that Scott Snyder did the best job with the Court of Owls, along with Greg Capullo, but those are only temporary band-aids. So we'll see I think if they put that structure into just their main line of books, I think they could actually have better results. But this is going to probably sell well. So, kudos to them. So if you want to see that, check that out Wednesday at your comic book store.
One other thing too to point out too is this is one of the first. So I'm a big Scotty Young fan, and this absolute number one Scotty Young is doing three covers for these. He's doing Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. So, which is a big deal because this is the first major run into his license deal with DC to do, which would be the equivalent to like the baby Marvels. But he's doing it for Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. He's doing a bunch more, but so if you're a Scotty Young fan, you can go pick those up right now. He just released them. So,
all right. Also saw some of the same work from Sean Gordon Murphy. They got obviously we'll probably see a Frank Miller cover. God help us. But that again, hitting the comic book stores this coming Wednesday. From there, not looking good for Joker 2. Or I saw I think it was either Deadline, because when your movie's not doing well, and Dr. Brenton and I have discussed this, there's people that's waiting for titles and everything. And I saw a title, I think it was in Deadline, saying the joke's on you if you go to see Joker 2. And I was like, oh God, you did have to take it down to that. But Rad was letting us know that it dropped below 39, right? So now it's just 37 actually from the full total score, right?
It is now 34%.
Yeah.
It is on its way to tracking below 30. Yeah, because now it is now it is popular to hate. Even if it is bad. Clearly 166 professional reviewers, 500 plus fans. Now everyone else is going to see it and jump on the bandwagon. This movie is doomed.
Yeah.
My friend saw it and said it was the only thing he texted me back was just no. Not a good sign.
No, not at all. Wow. That's not faring too well for the boys right there. Well, it says Joker made an astounding $1.7 billion globally from the box office on a $65 million budget. On this, it carried over, carries 200. The new movie carries a $200 million price tag. Jesus. That's and it hasn't received as many positive reviews as its predecessor. The first film was tracking on Thursday night at 13.3 million, and it was on its way to 96 million opening weekend, while the sequel is on track to make a smaller 50 million to 65. And then I just saw something in the night said Thursday night it made $7 million. So it's not looking well, and I've heard that it shifted from being a movie to more of a musical. And I know they teased that, and I think a lot of people were like, well, I can't believe that's like they're going to do that, but seems to be those fears came
Lady
true.
Gaga. They made a musical.
Well, she's a good actress on her own. She's done some well performances, but this is not one. I think Rad and I were talking earlier before we got on the cast, and they're shifting it to a musical more and taking some of that attention from Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is probably the reason why. And look, we've seen Deadpool Wolverine this summer, hit the maximum amount of money, and I think first of all, I think this release date was too far down the year. It should have been probably moved up a little bit more. And, again, I don't think people want to see a Joker musical. I think they could see that on Broadway, but I don't think they want to see that on a major screen. So we'll see. But I think this is the swan song. Sometimes you are only a one-trick pony, and it looks like Joker might actually be doing that. And
it's because no one asked for the sequel. So
True. And I think sometimes it's best to be left. Sometimes one film's good enough, and just don't mess with the formula. And sometimes you push your luck, and this is one of those. They pushed it, especially with $200 million is a lot of money to jump up from the first film. I understand it made $1 billion, but that's a lot of cash, bro.
No, but I bet the budget was not too different. It was the price of the director and the actors that went up. So they probably just got a ton more money and spent a little bit more actually making it.
Like all the actors say when they do any of the last 3 or 4 Martin Scorsese films, take the Brinks truckload, but the studio's going to pay. So, and one little bit of news that's coming pre-New York Comic Con, which is still about a week and a half away. It seems like DC and the online Global Comics, which is kind of like, a lesser known version of Comixology. It's not Comixology, but that's what it is, digital comics. DC Comics signed to deal with them, so they're still trying to make a footstep back into digital books. I've seen Global Comics. I don't think they did as well as a job at the height of Comixology when they were around. So, we'll see if this is a jump, but the American comic book companies need to definitely move into digital comics. They need to figure out this way and put themselves into the latest century with some of these books and move away from the 20th century. So we'll see if that's going to be a good deal for both parties. And that's it. I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Rad.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Great updates as always. And we appreciate you all tuning in again every Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time here on the Shadow Nose Network. If you haven't already checked out the variety of other content, including Toybox Chronicles every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the channel, and a variety of other things. But Wednesday nights and Friday nights, there's a lot to watch. We've got a lot of really great partners, and one in particular is the Starlight Digest channel. And so we should just run with what you all should be watching to keep you occupied here on YouTube and other socials. Plenty of content, plenty of things to check out. Check out a variety of different shows. If you're into Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, and fantasy, look no further than Getting Medieval. Dr. Brantley, Mr. Storm, and Darth Moocher of the Starlight Digest does that show as well. Lots of other cool things. So again, check out the channel. We got to thank our affiliates. We got to thank our sponsors. Again, if you're all in the time of need to buy toys or collectibles, pre-orders, there's a variety of different places you can do it, but why not use the Shadow Nose Network code and help grow the channel? First off, with Entertainment Earth. And as Mr. Storm mentioned, the LA Comic-Con happening this weekend, and one of our OG sponsors, Toys vs. Games, will be there. If you are in Wilmington, California, you should check it out. Toys vs. Games.
Toys versus
Games.
I'm here with the man, the owner.
Tony at Toys vs. Games.
versus
Games. Oh.
And lastly, and but not least, if you are a comic book fan, collector, if you're someone who is worried about storing your comics, shipping your comics, protecting your comics, well, we have just become an affiliate and an official sponsor of Gemini. That's all we have, folks. We appreciate you tuning in again. Mr. Storm, last thoughts.
One more key thing, actually, Meeks just put that through. It says, if you have a Game Pass subscription, the Devil Reject and Saw are available for free as a perk for subscribers. So if you have that, that's pretty cool. Also, like I said, we are streaming over on Instagram as well, like we do. Want to say thank you to the Fallen Fett who's joined over there, OG Rollins 2017, S Falcon 76, and Rush to Collect. They're watching all on Instagram, and we thank those guys for popping in over there as well. So, that's all I got, Rat.
Yeah, appreciate it. Well, we'll see you next week, folks. Stay tuned on the channel. Have a great weekend.